you? I hope you can hear me well. I don't have any microphone here. As you can see, I'm outside. My 23 hours from StreamYard are just exhausted. So I have to wait until the next Friday to stream again in StreamYard. I don't know if I'm gonna pay for the service. It's like $45 per month. I find it a little bit expensive, and usually I don't stream more than 20 hours per month, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna pay for that service. Just a couple of thoughts today, very quick. Let's talk about the clients again. For some reason, I can see that in both sides, in the prosecution side and in the pro Allen side, people they don't want to talk about the clients. They don't wanna talk about the potential connection of the clients in these murders. Hey, hello, Simdar. How are you? Happy to see you. Let me know if you can hear me well, because I don't have microphone and it's a little bit windy here, and there are cars, and I don't know if you can hear me well. Of course, if you are, hey, hello, Rebecca. Thank you for letting me know that my sound is good. Okay, cool. Thank you, man. So, of course, if you are in the prosecution side, you want to have this case buried. You pretend that the only actor here in this case was Richard Allen, so you don't want to hear anything about the clients. Even if, to me, there are a lot of indicators pointing to the involvement of Keegan Kline and Tony Kline in this case. And I can see that the same happened in the other side. If you are in the pro-Allen side, let's say, you don't want to hear about the clients because, again, it's because of the same reason. If there are a lot of indicators pointing to the involvement of the clients in this crime, and a lot of those indicators points to a potential connection between Allen and the client, you don't want to talk about that. You don't want to have people talking about it. I just think that in this case we cannot say that there are not open questions, that this case is just closed. When you have to give a lot of explanations for a lot of unanswered questions here, to try to force the narrative that Richard Allen is the only one involved in this crime, is because something is not working. Something is wrong. Everything related to Libby's phone is weird. The phone pinging around the town, the bunch of messages that suddenly appeared after the magic resurrection of the phone, pictures of Abby and Libby's funeral in Libby's phone. Everything related to that phone is freaking weird, and you can give a plausible explanation for every weird element here, but you cannot say that statistically it's impossible that you are gonna be right in every single explanation you are giving to that situation. Lack of defensive injuries. We don't have defensive injuries in the hands of the girls. You can come with a plausible explanation. No DNA at the crime scene. You can come with plausible explanations again. And you add elements and elements and elements. At the end, even if you have a plausible explanation for every single element, statistically, it's impossible that all of your answers are correct. We just don't have enough evidence here, guys. And to say that it is just case closed and that, or closed case, I don't know what's the order. It's just crazy. We have a very good idea of the situation, of the timeline, even if there are holes in the timeline, until the down the hill statement. Until that moment, we have a very good idea of the whole situation. But after that, we don't know too much. We have a couple of video material, like the Brad Weber van being captured on camera. We have, of course, the bodies of Abby and Libby, but we don't have too much information after that. So for you to come here and to say that Richard Allen was the only one acting in this crime and that he is the murderer, he is the killer, I don't think we can buy that narrative. Some people are trying to be the smartest guy in the room. Some of them, we know that they are working with law enforcement. They are pushing some narratives, some agendas here, but it's just impossible to know that he is actually the killer and the only one. It's just we don't have enough information. The confessions are questionable. The behavior of the psychologist Walla is questionable. The behavior of some YouTube creators is questionable. The whole situation with the clients is, to me, it's not closed. Even for Holman, is something that is not closed yet. He cannot talk about the Wabash River search. He said in a couple of interviews that the client's, my interpretation of his words is that the client's angle is not closed, right? Let me try to see here if I can see your comments, because, okay, audio is excellent, thank you, Simdal. Rebecca is here. Simdal, yes, the defense went for an innocence defense. They had no real options left. The truth really lost. Yeah. Rebecca, something is very wrong. Sorry guys, the fonts, the letters here are very small, so I'm trying to read your comments. This is why they tried the Odinism nonsense. Yeah, I understand. They didn't want to include the client's hypothesis in their strategy. Why? Because it was not convenient. They didn't want to bring Keegan Klein into the table because that wouldn't play in favor of Richard Allen. That's what I think. Because I think there's a potential connection between the clients and Richard Allen, and again, we can talk about that the whole day, non-stop. The Wabash River search, the Anthony Shots account, Keegan Klein sending money to Libby, the pattern of behavior of Keegan Klein, people trying to push some ideas about the clients being so fat that they cannot commit a crime, that Keegan was someone always behind the computer, not able to commit a physical crime. When we listen to this girl, Kyla, in the murder sheet interview, and we know what type of threats she was receiving from Keegan Klein. I can kidnap you, I can cut your throat, and I can watch you bleed out. Stuff like that. Keegan trying, intending to meet the girls the day of the murders, but they didn't show up. The Marathon gas station being lost. Richard Allen and Keegan Klein and Tony Klein leaving. in the same area at a specific period of time in Peru, I can continue, and we're never gonna stop here. Rebecca, one man didn't do that crime by yourself, in my opinion. I agree. Simdal, exactly. How do you restrain two girls without defensive wounds or transference of DNA? It is so far-fetched. I'm 100% with you, Simdal. It's just insane. Zeke is here. Hey, mate. Does this look different than usual at your end? What do you mean? In what sense exactly? Love the shirt. Thank you. It's very, very old. Actually, because today is very hot here, I'm sweating too much, so I didn't put a nice t-shirt. But I love it. I love this one. This is why it's not in the garbage. Me too. I love 9 Inch Nails. Simdal, the marathon tape, the sketches, 100%. Rebecca, if someone is going to cut your throat, you're gonna be grabbing at the knife or at the hand, scratching you. Just don't stand there and let it happen unless you were restrained by someone else. I agree. Simdal, yeah, it is involuntary reflex, just like falling and stretching your hands out. Yeah, 100%, man. I agree with you. So, again, if you say that this case is closed, to me, or there are three possibilities: or you are stupid, or you are insane in the brain, or you are working with law enforcement, because you cannot say that. You cannot know that this crime was committed by one single person. Again, and sorry if I'm not being very polite here, but there are three options. Or you're blind, stupid, insane, or you are working with law enforcement, because you don't know, you cannot know what happened after the events in the bridge. That's just my point here. I think that, okay, a bunch of comments entering right now. Mar is here. Hello, Mar. How are you? Happy to have you here. Eye of Apophis, how are you? You're also going to grab your throat, of course. Of course. It's just like the natural reflex, as you say. Organic nature. Anyone who hears that be a gun is a bootlicker. I'm a bootlicker because I hear that. But I give you that I'm not an English speaker, so what I hear is not the best source to say that my hearing is correct. But I actually hear that be a gun. But I know that it's very possible that my hearing is not good in that sense, being a non-English speaker. So yeah. See, the platform layout, it's transparent at my end. Carol's here. Hello, Carol. How are you? Annalisette is here. I cannot read well. If you are not expecting to be attacked and it happens suddenly, you may not make any defensive moves. Jack the Ripper victims didn't have defensive wounds. They died quickly. And did Jack the Ripper kill two women at the same time? I don't think so. Anyways, to me it's really unlikely. It's not something that is likely, in my opinion. We know that the type of wounds are very different when you compare Abby versus Libby. There are indicators of two different weapons being used in the murders. So to say that there was just a single actor here, again, is unlikely, in my opinion. Mar. Okay, who's here? USA Libertarian. Possibly, but the more ifs are added together, the lower the probability. That's my point. There's a lot of ifs. And logical people, smart people, they're trying to give an explanation to every single if. And I understand that, but you have to admit that as you say, USA libertarian, the probability at the end is going to be very low. It's going to be very low. Apophis, and a throat slash will leave blood on your hands. Abby had not blood on her hands, so she didn't place Libby's phone under her in a last heroic act, as McClellan stated in closing arguments. Yeah, good point. Simdal, yeah, that's my point. Annalise said, but these are two victims. At least one saw it coming, for sure, 100% with you. Carol saying hello to the chat. Hello, Carol. Anna, there is so much we don't know about this case. More than one attacker is possible. But I think one person could do it if the girls were in shock and terrorized. I don't buy it, for real. It's a possibility, but when you add the rest of elements to that hypothesis, kind of, no. In my opinion, again. USA libertarian, for example, one victim being surprised is highly possible, but then the second also being surprised is much less likely. Still possible, but not that likely exactly. That's my point as well. According to Anna, Abby was beginning to run away. If so, adrenaline was pushing her forward. I think she was getting away, and that's why her body was moved a short distance. It is reported that Libby was sitting when attacked. That is something to consider. Richard Allen had a bad heart. USA libertarian, but was their theory crafted to fit the evidence? Yeah, very good point. So, yeah, again, too much unanswered questions here. I don't like people trying to silence the case. I think that when you have to give too much explanations, because there are a lot of unanswered questions and weird stuff and weird things in this case, and especially when this investigation was so trash, it's because something's wrong. It's because some pieces are missing. It's because something is not adding up. And again, to me, coming back to the clients, it's just insane to not consider the possibility of their involvement. Just to say they are not involved, you can say it's unlikely, or you don't believe it, or you think that it's not the case. But just to say in that adamant way that the clients are not involved, is to me it's impossible to say that. It's just you have to have some issue, because, or again, you have to be working with law enforcement, because you cannot discard that possibility. It's just there. As the famous word that was used during the process, the nexus one, that there is no nexus when we talk about the clients, or that there is no nexus when we talk about Ron Logan. Nexus is there. Nexus is there. I think I'm just gonna finish here. It was a quick stop. Gonna try to profit of the weather today. You know that summertime here in Canada is not very long. And I just want to say also that I'm gonna start a channel in Spanish. So I'm gonna talk about the case in Spanish in my other channel. If you want to subscribe, if you are a Spanish speaker, or if you know people talking Spanish or speaking Spanish and that you think they may be interested, you can share my second channel. I'm gonna post it maybe today in my community page, so you can help me with that. It's gonna be appreciated. Thank you guys. I'm gonna stop here and stay in touch. Ciao.